Okay, so another thing, you have to create some scatter plots. You'll be doing a lot of scatter plots. Now, notice it's nails versus age here for the arsenic data. Um, it's always the y variable versus the x variable. So the nails should go on the y-axis. The um, age should go on the x-axis. Now you can, so I have the data file. Um, the easiest way to take care of this is generally, if I want to do a plot, whether I do it in my spreadsheet or something else, I probably want my x's and y's to be together, and I want my x to be at the left and my y to be at the right. So, I would probably copy and paste that, and then do the same thing here. Now, if it's a really long column, highlighting is a pain. I would just click on the letter up there and do my copy, and then click here and do a paste, and there you go. Okay, so it has them both. You can do it within your spreadsheet. Again, that's the easiest way there is, highlight both of those, and you figure out where you insert a graph or a chart. In my case, it's called a chart. You want a scatter plot, and then you can have all, next and go through these things, or you can just finish and then edit later. Chart elements, you want a title, so this, you might put a title. You could do your figure number stuff, so figure 3.5 or something, so figure 3. Arsenic in nails. Versus age, something like that. My x-axis, that's age. Oh, so that, I probably want to do something like age, and maybe in parentheses put years, and then the y-axis is, arsenic. And that, I believe, if I recall, was in parts per million, so ppm. And it says display grid. I may or may not want to display grids, and so I can finish at that point. Now, this is what it did for me, and it doesn't look bad. Yeah, this is fine. Now, I would say go here and delete that. Right? You don't need that legend if you just have one data set and you have something like this. Okay? And so, okay, so you have this, and of course, what's absolutely not clear, right, are they going down or are they going up? This point out here or this point, one of those two, they seem to be a problem. But now, I still have my document here. So there's that. Now, here's a nice thing. If you do your plot in the spreadsheet, now I don't think the plots look quite as nice as Desmos, but I will say this is pretty easy. And what's also easy is it's kind of like with the tables. If I click on that and I say copy it, I should be able to go here and somewhere, okay, so I'm here, I'll just paste it here. If I do my Control V to paste it, there it is. And again, I can do things like, now, again, you want to probably keep your aspect ratio the same, so you probably want to make it smaller by corners, right? But, I can make the plot a little smaller. and I can move it wherever I need to, and there you go. So I can do a scatter plot, and with the spreadsheets typically you can do a copy and paste right into a document like this. So that's very nice. Okay, so that's one way. Now, if you want to do things in Desmos, and there are times when I think, all in all, you're probably going to do a little better with that. It's your choice. But Desmos makes very nice plots. So now, if you go here and click Add Item, you see there's Table. Well, you don't even really need to do that. So here are my X and Y data. I'm just going to copy those. Now notice I did not copy age and arse nails. We can try that, but I for some reason I think it doesn't work. I don't know. But I'll copy these, and I'll go to Desmos, I'll click, and then I'll do a Control V for paste, and look at there. There it is, and now I can move this around. And I've got this, I can change the color really easily, as we saw. All I have to do, I can go here, click on that, and I can change the color if I want to blue or orange or black or whatever I like. Now, not that this really matters a whole lot here, because we would need to add titles and so forth. But if you didn't like the name X1 and you wanted to use the word age, you can do that. Now notice it gave me a warning. Yeah, that's because it doesn't like variable names like that. So if I called it A, that would be fine. Now the problem is you got age, you got arsenic in nails, and you got arsenic in water, I think in the water. And so you could go with age here, A, and then since this is arsenic in the nails, maybe I would use an N. So you could do that so that you keep these names a little better. And again, the nice part is I can save this, but I can save my spreadsheet with that plot in there as well. So you can do this. Now it's the same sort of thing as we did for the box plots. If you want to add, well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's go here. Again, I can use bold to make it a bit bolder. I like that. Oh yeah, so here for axes, I can add a label. So the y-axis, I can say arsenic. And notice it's putting it up here like that, and then parts per million. So I can add labels really easily. Age, years, and so I can do that, and I have my labels. I can kind of mess around with it. Now actually, I want to make my plot fill up the whole region here, the whole area in here. Now, and I can move this thing a little bit. There. That looks pretty good. And for a plot, given I'm trying to get the label in here, I can live with leaving these things in. And let's see what else. So got that. Now I could still, if I wanted to get rid of some of the grids, I could. If I if I wanted to put a figure 1 title up here, I could do it the same way I had done before, using a point and a label on that point. But I would say I just say take something like this. This is a good plot. It fills up my space pretty well. I would probably go ahead and do my screenshot. Click here. This is exactly what I want. So this is pretty easy. This is about as easy as the spreadsheet with the copy and paste. And so I say copy, and again, I go back here, I find some spot to, put this in, up here or something, and then I move it, and so, oh wait, yeah, Control V, I'll use Control V. There it is, made it really big. That's a fine, I can make it a lot smaller. So there we go, and now I move it, wherever I want. Well, that's where I wanted my plot, so I put it there. And there you go. I've got a nice plot. Okay, so again, there are things I think add a lot more flexibility to putting it in Desmos, but I got a perfectly good plot here, but I sure like the looks of this one better. Okay, I don't really like that this one's sort of squashed. I like the fact that this one's more square and puts the data up here. So same data, same representation, but I kind of like this picture better. But like I say, you can use a picture like this just fine. And there, again, I would have to add my figure 3 stuff, with arsenic versus arsenic and nails versus age. But in the end, there, I've got my picture. Okay, so that's how I can do scatter plots, and so I've got a couple different ways to do that. So I think that's all we needed to do for this video.